Yeah.
R2D2 makes a wonderful scream.
Oh yeah. So I guess some of the bullshit we were doing is like we were like just screwing around with stupid shit. Like we were playing at the second level, which was like the one where you go past the Jawas and the Tusken Raiders, and I remember because like there was a scene where like there was all these quicksand puddles, and I kept having R2 fall into it, and he makes like that wonderful screaming sound. So then we just kept like I was like, oh, time it one after the other, so it'd just be this long prolonged scream. We also just beat the shit out of C-3PO multiple times.
Over each other. We just kept having. There's one point where I turned into a skeleton and was beating you with my leg.
Yeah. Or you remember the crane thing in the first level where I picked you up in the crane and then left you there and then it dropped you in the pit?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Bill, a one-time Instagram blogger and now a podcaster.
And I'm Alex, the chaotic neutral.
And together we are the Gaming and Collecting Podcast.
A brother-sister duo
that talks about gaming.
And also anime.
And don't forget the collecting, sometimes.
Ah, forget it. We're just a nostalgia podcast at this point.
But anyways, guys, thanks for joining us as we discuss the games that shaped us.
Right. Jesus, Craig's fucking creepy.
And with that, so, how you been?
I don't know. Craig scares me.
Yeah. So, if anyone is wondering, we are actually... So, little backstory. Zencastr basically just told all of its creators to go fuck themselves, and
womp womp.
We are now learned. This is so to put it simply, this podcast is kind of a test for using Craig to record, mostly for future sort of guest appearances and stuff. But we figured we'd record one of our single shows in the meantime, just to see how it's going. And I guess I'd like to start by saying, how you been, Alex?
I've been good. When was the last time we recorded?
Like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's mostly just been work and I bought some new figures though since the last time. I got a Buggy the Clown figure from the Marineford arc. And it's a really cool one. I really enjoy that one. And I also got Bon Clay, also from One Piece, in his Alabasta outfit where he's part of Baroque Works. I really enjoy that one as well. Did I need to buy them? No. Did I buy them? Yes. And I love them, so it's fine.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah, other than that, things have been fine. I mean, work as usual. I've been getting back into the gym, going in the mornings, because I'm just a morning gymmer at this point. Like, it's just easier, because when I get home from work, I just want to sit on my couch and die. Anyway, no. No.
Lovely.
Yeah, I can see Bill's face right now, and his face went from to it's just like, no. So just kidding. I just want to sit on my couch and sleep and not think about golf balls.
We went to our favorite diner this morning. That was nice.
Oh yeah, I got stuffed French toast.
And you destroyed it.
I did. I was starving. Well, I've been like trying to be really good about eating and not overeating and stuff, but sometimes you just gotta cheat, have a cheat meal, and just enjoy. And I did, and it was really good. And I enjoyed it. And it's only like I only get that every once in a while because it's heavy, but it was so good. It was so good. And I went to the gym after and worked out for like an hour, so it's fine. Balance.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, other than that, today was a productive day. I went and got my truck's oil change finally done because it was very much overdue.
Yeah, it was.
And
I got mine done the week before, but mine was not very much overdue. Mine was like barely over. It was like 100 miles over. So
yeah. It was a good experience though. That the Ford dealership was pretty nice. Like, no, I didn't have any. This is like the first Ford dealership I've been to where they knew my name, B, were nice, and also didn't try to sell me shit that I didn't need, which was very nice. And then after that, I popped over to there's a couple of retro game stores nearby us. I went over to one called Game Exchange, And I picked up a few games, so I guess a little collecting update. I found
Racing. That's it.
Yeah. So I found this cool like import Dreamcast game, Monaco Grand Prix 2. I'm not.
Pricks.
I actually have the first one
Prix.
in English,
Ah.
but I never actually. I don't know if the second one actually came out over here or not. Then I also found I bought a racing game literally because it was literally just called Racing. That's the
Racing.
name of it.
Yes,
I also got-
sounds. I think it's about running, actually.
Yes.
Bicycling.
Sure.
It's about farming. It's actually a farming game.
I also found Rallycross 2, and then I got 007 The World Is Not Enough, the PlayStation version, which I heard isn't very good, but I'm curious to try it out. And then other than that, I got FIFA for the 3DO because it was a box 3DO game, and I never turned those down.
He has a problem. A 3DO problem.
Yeah, and this One Piece figures over there.
Hey, yeah. No, it was funny. We were like comparing the amount of figures I had since I first moved to my condo to now, and I'm like, oh shit. Like, I probably have like a weird. Well, then I look at Bill's room in his background right now, and it's like, yeah, he's definitely spent more money than me, so I don't feel as bad.
Yeah.
But I
also
still feel a
found-
little bad.
I found a couple PSP games that I thought were interesting. I found Kingdom of Paradise, which was like $9, and it looked interesting. And then I found Untold Legends Brotherhood of the Blade, which was also cheap, and that's why I bought it.
Hmm.
And
Do you
then
know a cat's favorite console is the PSP?
why?
Cats
was a-
love that noise.
That was a bad joke, but anyways.
It's so mean.
And then I got
I'm sure Tilly appreciated that joke.
And then I got the Mega Man X collection for PS2. So it was a pretty healthy haul.
Yeah.
And then my other fun thing I found was I went to Barnes & Noble after that just because I was in the area and I figured why not. Barnes & Noble likes to just like ignore planned release dates and just put books out early.
Yep.
So I got Spy Family Volume 9 3 days
Nice.
before it actually comes out.
Oh, speaking of manga too, I finally got all of the One Piece omnibuses, the 3-in-1s. I got them all. I finally just bought it off Amazon from a random seller, and I hope for the best, but it came! So I have all of One Piece.
And then
That
my
is
favorite
sad.
part about Spy Family too is every issue they put a different like cast member on the cover, and they've been ironically running out of people to put on the covers, but Volume 9 has Becky on it.
Aw, Becky's so cute. I hope it's Becky-centric volume. We need more
I-
Becky. Becky is best girl.
What, you don't like Anya? Or
Well,
York?
Anya's good too, but Becky's just great. Love Becky.
But anyways, so yeah.
Anyways.
I also got a copy of another game, but it was mostly a replacement copy for reasons that we'll be getting into shortly.
Yes.
So are you drinking anything, Alex? We haven't done that in a while.
I'm drinking a Poland Spring water bottle. So the peak of class, pinky
Yeah,
up.
classy lady over there. And then I'm drinking a Liquid Death sparkling water
Jesus.
because these are really good water and I like them.
That's what I'm gonna stick to my Poland Springs, which isn't in a can.
It's just better in a can. I don't know what
Was
to
that
tell
loud? Did you hear that?
you. No,
I scrunched the bottle in the microphone.
don't do that.
Sorry.
But
Too
yeah.
late. Well, you didn't hear it clearly, so.
Well, I guess before we move on to our topic, I would like to point out that this is also our first podcast we're recording in our Discord server, which I'd like to plug.
Yeah. We got one. If you want some curse shit, come on in.
Yeah, we finally decided to open up the. I think we announced this in the last episode or last couple episodes, but we finally decided to open up the gaming and collecting fan server to anybody. So you can get the link in our link tree and jump on in and enjoy our wonderful content. There's a little bit of general life stuff. Alex posts a lot of cursed shit.
Yeah.
We got
My cat.
we got some gaming stuff, and then we also have a manga and anime section, just because that's what our show is, people.
Yeah. Half gaming, half anime. half cursed.
All the fun.
All cursed, actually.
But besides that, I guess now it's time to jump into our show topic, which is we're doing another rendition of The Games That Shaped Us, which is the series where we take some time to sit back and talk about some of the video games me and Alex played as children. Basically, because we really want to incorporate the whole tagline of our show, talking about the games that me and Alex grew up on.
Yes.
So the game of choice for today's episode is actually a classic from our childhood, and that is Lego Star Wars.
Yes.
So we will be talking about both the first one and the second one for reasons, because fun backstory. The day before, yesterday, we actually were going to play a little bit just to get a little bit of some just kind of get a bit of a memory kick into the series. And when we went to play Lego Star Wars 1, it wouldn't work because the disc was just beat to shit.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, that game is very old, and let's be real, we played the shit out of it, so it was way past its time. It was one of those blue discs, too, which were compact discs and not DVDs, so it was even more, weak and fragile.
Yep.
I did actually pick up a replacement copy at the game store, though, today, so we might go and revisit it at some point, just for the nostalgia.
Yep.
But for most of our gameplay, we played Lego Star Wars 2 instead.
Yeah.
But I guess now, before we get into some of our thoughts with Lego Star Wars, I think we should talk a bit about the games themselves, because they actually do have some fascinating history behind them. So, Lego Star Wars was actually the genesis in a lot of ways for what is now the Lego franchise created by developer Traveler's Tales.
Sorry, I banged my hand on the table.
Don't do that.
I didn't do it on purpose.
And Traveler's Tales is a long-time developer. They've been around for years.
They did some of the Crash games, right?
Yeah. So they've been around since 1989. They did work on the Sonic the Hedgehog series, Crash Bandicoot. They did Crash the Wrath of Cortex and Crash Bandicoot Twinsanity.
One of the best Crash. Well,
one of the best post Naughty Dog Crash games.
Yes.
They also did a whole bunch of licensed games, they did some of the Toy Story games, a whole bunch of stuff. And they kind of had a reputation for making some of the best licensed games ever made. They also made some of the worst video games of all time, though. They made Rascal on the PS1, which is not a great 3D platformer. It has some really impressive technical stuff behind it, but as for a game itself, it's very meh.
Meh.
It's got really bad controls and design. But besides that, they would be around for years, and they eventually kind of hit it big when they made Lego Star Wars, the video game, published by Eidos Interactive, which is funny because this is before LucasArts was a huge publisher at the time. They were kind of they kind of just licensed shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it was published by Eidos and developed by Traveler's Tales. It's also one of the last games to use the original Traveler's Tales logo, which had the little fox guy in the sky.
Yep.
And the game is interesting because it's a action adventure platformer, multiplayer kind of beat 'em up game. And the whole gimmick is they have these small little levels that are based off of, in this case, the Star Wars universe.
Yes.
And they're recreated entirely out of Legos.
Yes.
And the early games in particular just kind of would try to they try to encapsulate the story
in a goofy way.
They do it in a comedic way, but what I liked the most at this point was they did it entirely via pantomime. So the characters didn't talk. They just kind of you had to kind of think, you had to use your imagination, and it actually honestly added to the humor in a lot of ways, because now in the modern Lego games, they talk, and it's not the same.
Yeah, I think the funny part about it was that it's kind of realizing they're Legos and they can't talk. So
they were Legos, but you also had a lot of visual humor that you got to kind of mess around with, which to me was the biggest part of it, because to be honest, like I could care less about the actual like story they're trying to push here. I'm just
Yeah, I could honestly like I won't lie, I'm not a Star Wars fan. I never really have been. It's not for me. But I freaking love the Star Wars Lego games as a kid because it was just like a funny, like non-serious way. And I mean like you're playing as a Lego version of Star Wars. Like it had to be a little goofy. And I think that was the charm of it, was that they were goofy and they were like silly and like a kid could pick it up and be like, that's funny. And maybe
Yeah.
make them a fan of Star Wars. For me, it didn't work. I'm not a fan of Star Wars, but maybe for other people, they'd be a fan.
So I'm a decent Star Wars fan. I'm not like a super fan. Like I haven't followed everything Star Wars related. I've seen all the films. I enjoy them for what they are. But for the most part, the Lego Star Wars, I remember Lego Star Wars because this was like a game I got back in the day, like day one, and I played the shit out of it.
Yes.
And I
well,
guess
we
now,
did.
I guess now, yeah, jumping into our history. So the first Lego Star Wars game, interestingly enough, actually follows the prequel series, so episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
And it's a pretty faithful recreation of a lot of things. Like there is actually shot for shot scenes like from the films that like they recreated in the game using Lego bricks.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were playing on an HD TV at the time and we were using like composite cables so it looked like ass on the
It
TV.
looked like shit.
But I mean,
but
that's,
you know, for the time, it looked great. You know. But,
your TV's weird because your new TV doesn't have component for whatever reason, which I just found weird.
I don't know. I guess not a lot of. I guess like not a lot of people use component anymore. So.
But it had composite, which less people use. I don't know.
Uh,
Either way, like because my TV I have component, and when I played this game using component, it looks much better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just think it's trying to blow way too much up on your TV downstairs.
Hmm.
But besides like the little minor technical issues, God, Lego Star Wars back in the day was like insane. Like we used to like always So one of the key elements.
You can't just laugh and not explain.
She's got a little sticker of Chica from Kaguya-sama doing a dab, and she's like playing with it on the screen, trying to make me laugh.
Oh, well, I just wanted to see if I could. Sometimes I wish we were in a video.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. But anyway, so moving back into it, one of the key things about Lego Star Wars that really makes those games like stand out is the multiplayer aspect, where two players can play at once in like kind of a jump in, jump out co-op. And this is where Alex jumped in because there wasn't a lot of games back in the day that we could play together reliably because Alex's gaming skill level is she's very good at her games.
Yeah.
And other games not so much.
Well, it's just like if I'm not great at platformers, as you could tell. I'm not good at them. It's hard for me. I'm just not, and there is some in this game. But also, I blame a lot of this on the camera of this game because the camera is shit in this game. It's horrible.
The camera is designed for one player.
Yeah.
This is something that later Lego Star Wars games kind of got better at, to a degree.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you play in multiplayer, the two characters can't get too far from each other on the screen. So when you like have like dysfunctional kids playing that want to go one way and the other wants to go the other, the camera fights with itself because it's trying to go in two directions and it can't.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of the problem, especially with how Alex likes to play these games, where she likes to run off and jump off cliffs and
well, I think too, a lot of the time, like, I won't lie, like, I just forget who my character is, and I, like, think I'm someone else, and I'm like, oh, wait, that's not me. Then I'm like, oh, that's me, running off a cliff. So I think
and then all your studs bleed out, and then you die.
Yeah.
Because Legos. But yeah, like, she would, like, drain our stud count constantly, and it was, like, kind of crazy how, like, shit like that would always kind of go on.
and you would get so angry, and
Well,
it
'cause
would
I was
just
a
make
kid.
me laugh.
And I was working really hard to beat the game, and you were just making it difficult the entire time.
Yeah. I mean, we were brother and sister. It's what we do. You know, I annoy the shit out of you. You annoy the shit out of me. It's part of being brother and sister.
Yeah. But yeah, so I guess going into like the progress, so the game's levels are pretty straightforward. They're kind of just like you go from level to level. They're very linear, at least in the first two games, and you kind of go from point A to point B. The game's obviously split into like three parts. It's episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3. And then each episode has like 6 individual like story segments that you can go through. And the whole gimmick with those is basically like each one is basically a linear experience that covers a portion of the film in a sense. And then there's usually like a boss fight.
Mhm.
And there's
There's-
like a whole bunch of bonus stuff that you can unlock, and then you can also you can replay levels, but like with in a free play mode where you can use like any character you want, and
Yeah.
that's how you unlock all like the bonuses and extras, because there's like little secret items that you can unlock, like power ups, like the invincibility one, which is a godsend, especially when you're playing with Alex.
Hey, I just have a great time, you know? Not a serious time. It's just a fun time. And with some invincibility, it's great. We laughed a ton when we played, like the random like buffalo creatures that were
Oh yeah,
pooping.
so when we were playing in, you can ride these like Lego creatures, and they poop out brown Lego studs.
Yes. Very enjoyable. Very did not get old.
The target demographic for these games are young children. So
Children! What a surprise!
yeah, no. But what was fun was like we were just like messing around at this point because we're being unserious. Like, oh, that was actually another fun thing when we booted up Lego Star Wars 2 last night. We saw the save screen, and it said last time played was 2007. This was Lego Star Wars 2, by the way, and I was like, holy shit, I can't even imagine what Lego Star Wars 1 screen says.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm sure like 2004 or 5.
It was probably like that or 6, because I probably did play it just to play those levels, because this was before Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga came out, which had both episodes 1 and 2 combined together.
Yeah.
And is the definitive Lego Star Wars game, in my opinion. Don't at me. But yes, like
added you.
We were just kind of goofing around and stuff. Like we made like these like creatable characters, and Alex made this like abomination that was like Darth Vader with like Princess Leia's head and then like a jumpsuit.
Yes, in a cape.
Yeah.
But then I just kept playing. When we were playing, I just kept turning into Bill, and it was pissing Bill off because he was getting confused. But I was like, I was already confused, so honestly, it actually made it a little easier for me.
Yeah.
Because I knew the one that like didn't look like it knew what it was doing was me. So it was great.
Yeah.
R2D2 makes a wonderful scream.
Oh yeah. So I guess some of the bullshit we were doing is like we were like just screwing around with stupid shit. Like we were playing the second level, which was like the one where you go past the Jawas and the Tusken Raiders, and I remember because like there was a scene where like there was all these quicksand puddles, and I kept having R2 fall into it, and he makes like that wonderful screaming sound. So then we just kept like, I was like, oh, time it one after the other, so it'd just be this long prolonged scream. We also just beat the shit out of C-3PO multiple times.
Or each other. We just kept having. There's one point where I turned into a skeleton and was beating you with my leg.
Yeah. Or you remember the crane thing in the first level where I picked you up in the crane and then left you there, and then it dropped you in the pit?
Yeah. Oh no, it's definitely a lot of fun. Definitely, I enjoyed the free play more just because you got to just mess around even more with the game.
It gives you access to like every character type, so you can get through all the puzzles. Because there's a lot of replayability, and like one thing I will praise these games for is there is a ton of replayability. Like, throughout them, like especially like every level you're encouraged to play multiple times because you want to 100% find everything, get all the stud totals up, find all the secrets because there's a ton of secret passages and different things to go through, especially in the second game. Like the second game is super expansive compared to the first one.
Mhm.
And that's why the complete saga is such a great package because it combines elements from both to make this awesome like experience overall,
Yeah.
which is really fun. Yeah, I played the shit out of this game back in the day. I remember I had Lego Star Wars 2 on the PSP and I used to play that everywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
because it
don't
was like
remember you having it on that.
you don't
I feel like my recollection of you on the PSP was always the Sims game. You were
Yeah.
always playing the Sims game. So I guess if you weren't playing Sims, you were playing Lego Star Wars.
Lego Star Wars or Crash Tag Team Racing.
Or
That
you
was,
were
like-
watching a movie like Are We There Yet? Was that
No,
that
I never had Are We
No.
There Yet? I had Daddy Daycare.
Daddy Daycare, that's
Oh.
it.
What a piece of shit movie, but that's besides the point. But yeah, like tons
Someone's
of like
offended.
I'm sure there is, but yeah, tons of hours put in these games. And there's still, you know what? I mean, aside from the camera being kind of and like having some like minor issues, like they still held up. pretty well.
No, the camera had major issues, Bill. To the
Yeah, but
point
Alex-
you were yelling at me. No,
You
No.
also ran off the were constantly running off the screen.
one point, like you were literally like yelling at me, like to not move, and I literally took my hands off the controller, like I'm not moving, and then you just see my character sliding forward, and I'm not moving them at all, and he was like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry," and like you were yelling at me for nothing.
That's
it wasn't
not
me.
really that's not really the camera though.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
No,
That's
it's-
the camera
it's-
being bad.
it's the programming of multiplayer. Like the camera itself is designed to focus on one player, and when there's two players that aren't close to each other, it doesn't know what to
So
do.
it's the camera's fault because it's not designed for multiplayer. They should have fixed it. Anyways.
Well, they did, and they somehow made it worse in later games.
It-
Because it'll like transfer to split screen in the later games. Like the screen will just cut in half mid gameplay, and it's weird, and I don't like it.
this game really brings out the the angry siblings in us.
So I guess closing thoughts, because I mean, really, we just kind of
Oh,
wanted
you
to
could
talk.
also play as Old Man Yoda, which was
Yeah.
really fun. Oh yeah, I kept starting bar fights in the bar. We didn't see the band though. We never walked around to see the band play.
They're not there.
They aren't. That's bullshit.
No.
This game sucks. Screw this game. I don't like it anymore.
In the DS version, you can play as them.
Oh, we're playing the DS version. All right, never mind. I take
DS
everything
version.
back. The DS version is so much better than this version because you can play as the band.
The DS version sucks. It's not a good game at all.
Hey, it's great because it has the band.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, though, these games were hilarious back in the day. Like, I still remember like
Oh yeah.
that one level where it was like in the first game where Alex had to like hover over this gap and she just couldn't do it.
I mean,
just-
there were spots in this game where we just couldn't like. We were trying to climb on something, and like I suck at the platform jumping, and Bill was just like, jump, and you're like, I'm trying.
Honestly, I think back in the day we used to just have you would just drop out whenever a platforming
Yeah,
part came
yeah,
up.
I think so. I think that's what we would do.
It's not like Super Mario Brothers, like new Super Mario Brothers, where you can just go in the bubble of shame.
Yeah. See, the bubble of shame is where I live. I guess I need the bubble. Actually,
Yeah.
but I'm not as bad with like good games. You know.
The Lego Star Wars is inoffensive. It's just
No,
like
no, yeah, but it's not like the best made
well, no, it's
platforming. Like you
it's-
know.
it's a game designed for like the family to sit down and play. Like it's meant for kids. Like it's a completely safe game, which is
Yeah.
actually I wanted to kind of close this episode off by like talking about the newest one that came out recently.
Yeah.
Because I actually played a sample of it with when I was visiting our good friend Matt. Shout out to Matt.
Hi, Matt.
I was playing a bit of it when I was visiting them when I was back home for a little while, and we were playing it. And my God, they made it so complicated now. Like it was like the least fun game I've ever played.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I couldn't figure out where to go. I was constantly getting like stuck on shit, and like there was no direction.
Oh.
and it was like it would like separate us via the screen, so I'd be like kind of like wandering around aimlessly, and I'd be like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do?"
Oh no.
I was like, "This is shit." And also, they
Was it
talk.
more open world? I guess.
Yeah, they had open world concepts now, and like
Mm,
they also they so the latest one is called the Sky. It's like the Skywalker saga, and it's like it covers every single film.
mm,
So the prequels, the original series, and then the sequel series,
mm.
and it covers all that stuff. And like, my God,
In
it
one
was
game?
yeah. Well,
Oh.
it abridges the levels though, like because
Oh, okay.
it's not the same levels we knew and loved. It was like these like new ones that were not nearly as good.
Mm, mm.
And yeah, it was rough. Like I've heard mixed. Like some people really liked it. I thought it sucked though, like miserably.
Mm.
But yeah,
Womp womp.
Lego Star Wars. Like this obviously isn't a comprehensive look at Lego Star Wars. This
No,
is
yeah.
literally just some of our memories with it as a kid. Mostly just Alex, Alex being a
Alex-
troll.
Yeah, I think most of the memories are me trolling before trolling was a thing.
Mm.
Just messing with you. And I think the thing is like the angrier you got, the more I would mess with you because like that's how being a sibling works.
Yeah, being
Also,
rude.
I have vivid. Hey, fuck you. Anyways, I have vivid memories too of like I don't remember which one it was, but it was like a Chewbacca, a Wookiee one level where we were like in trees. Do you remember that one?
That was probably episode 1,
Yeah,
the level with on Chewbacca's home planet.
I remember that one vividly. I don't know why, because I think you could play as Yoda.
Yeah, because
just
that Yoda. Oh yeah, and in episode 1, in like the first game, Yoda like didn't like jump. He had like this like floaty hover chair,
yeah,
which was
Yoda.
silly as hell. Oh, do you remember also we did that one space level where it was an
Yeah.
absolute shit show?
Yeah, you can't deny that fucking that looked like shit because you couldn't see where your plane was half the time. Like
It
I
looks
was
much.
literally just spinning in circles the whole
It
time.
looks much better on the complete saga version
Uh-huh.
on PS3
Oh,
because
okay.
it's in HD and it's designed for an HD television.
Yeah, it looked like shit on my
Yeah,
when
'cause
we
the
played it.
composite doesn't look good anymore, and it was all
Well,
fuzzy and gross.
also, like the sound broke and like it was just
Yeah.
making this horrible sound the whole level. Which
we
was
literally
awesome.
we literally bum rushed through that level too.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah.
completely spammed the fire button and just flew around aimlessly.
Well, all you had to do was hold the button and then it just shot. It's not like you had to like continuously tap it or anything. So I was just
Yeah.
like, I was literally just spinning in circles. I was what was it? What is it called? The TIE Fighter.
TIE
Yeah,
fighter.
I was the TIE Fighter, and you were the Falcon, Mr. Falcon, Falcon
Millennium.
Punch. That
Sure.
one.
We'll go
Yes.
with that.
I know Star Wars. I know the Wookiee. Oh, did you ever see those Wookiee masks? Like the kid ones that like you'd put it on and it would move and like talk with you. Did you ever see
No.
that? Okay, I'll find it for you. Someone
Posted it-
probably listens.
Yeah, post it in the cursed image thing.
Heck yeah! Follow the cursed images for weird shit. I got some good ones coming up.
Yeah. But anyways, guys,
Oh, I
Yeah.
posted a Star Wars one. It was in honor of this. I did it before I knew we were recording this.
yes.
Yes,
But yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Anyways, guys, so we're just
so we're just gonna.
I can mute you, you know.
No, we can't mute my audio.
Ugh. But anyway, so we're gonna wrap this one up now. Once again, guys, thanks for joining us on the Gaming and Collecting Podcast. The Gaming and Collecting Podcast can be found on all your major podcasting platforms, particularly Apple Podcast and Spotify. We are made on, I guess now it's known as Spotify for podcasters. So that's
Yeah.
the new RIP Anchor.
R.I.P. Well, it was consumed
Yeah,
by the
Spotify
by the
just
Spotify.
phased out that name.
Yeah.
And you can also follow us on all the social media, Twitter, Instagram, Good Pods. You can find all of our applicable links in our link tree, the link tree / the Barber Who Games. And other than that, join our Discord server and enjoy our
Oh.
cursed shit we post over here.
Yeah, the cursed image gallery is one of my favorites. Continue asking me why, because why not? I'm just gonna keep posting it.
Yeah.
But also the gift space is really funny because there's no context to it. It's just
Nope.
random.
It's just anime.
And also like Bill will post coffee pictures, and I'll post ones that are gooder. So
Gooder.
gooder. I English good. I passed English class.
And with that note, guys, we will see you all next time.
Hey, oh, Lego Star Wars. I was trying to think of something to say for the end, but I can't think of anything. Oh no!